What are the major error categories or the evaluation criteria that revisers fill in, and are these categories weighted in any way?
Well, we have many possibilities here because these error categories can vary from one project to the other, from one customer to the other, from one company to the other. But I think that everybody agrees that we have some main categories, so you can add some or even remove. But everybody agrees on the fact that mistranslation with different variants is one of them, grammar is another one, including syntax, morphology, punctuation, and other issues. Again, we have technical writing, the so-called orthotypography, that it's the technical typography, that it's very related to grammar, but we could talk about a different category too. Style, including register, for instance, lexical consistency, and some others that we could add if necessary according to a specific one. A very important one that it's not linguistic is the adherence to the brief, to the customer brief, namely customers' specifications of a given project. As to the way we weigh these categories, it can vary. There are standard templates or some let's say evaluation and assessment standards such as LISA QI model, but some companies have their own, and in those templates everything is weighted according to the number of words, according to the difficulty and the specifics of a project. Apart from that, in companies you can say that a company is more interested in the mistranslation mistakes for any reason, another one is focusing more on grammar, is something more related to the company's culture than other things. And finally, these templates are very used, daily use. In our company we use different types according to our customers, and most of them are based on the LISA QI model and customized for any specific needs.
What kind of feedback do the translators receive about their translations once they are revised and reviewed?
Good question. I think that the translator has the right to receive feedback from the revisions. But unfortunately, not always does it happen. But if it happens, normally they receive a bilingual file, including the marked changes, for instance in Word, or in an Excel file with 2 columns with the changes, and another one with a comment, and another one with a counter comment if the translator is not very comfortable with these changes. It could be a complicated process, but normally the change and the reason for the change as objective as possible. Otherwise, there could be a problem, because you know that in translation there is not only one version. You have many possibilities. But unfortunately, 3 years ago, I prepared a survey with the Spanish translators and advisors, all of them professional with some years in industry, to know if this process happened. And approximately 50 or 60% received the feedback. In other cases, no feedback, nothing, absolutely nothing. And that's a problem, because this could be extremely arbitrary. Unfortunately, today, anyone can put on a CV, I am a reviser, and they are not really revisers. So not everybody can be a reviser. So you must be very careful with that, because we day to day experience a lot of problems with these awkward revisions. So, but to summarize, I could say that normally in a professional environment, a company environment, you receive not only the internal feedback, but also feedback from customers revising.
What would you advise to training institutions to help improve students' revision and proofreading competence?
Okay, good question. Because you say revision and proofreading. And even I would include review. Revision in terms of the bilingual checking for correctness in general. Review, the monolingual checking, and proofreading, that it's, let's say, typographic checking. They have different ways to work with. But the best way is just trying to reproduce a professional environment in the classes. Let's say a translator, student A translates something. This translation goes anonymously to another student just for revision, and just the other way around. And that way there could be some conflicts and mistakes, always supervised by the lecturer, because they are reproducing the reality. And there will be these disputes that I mentioned in the previous question can arise. And this is a good moment of experience. Take into account that if you fail a subject in university, there is a second, third or fourth. If you fail a project with a customer, there could be only one chance, that one, no second call, and you can lose the customer. So this process is extremely important, and students should know that it really happened. And if they are not ready to fight against these arbitrary revisions, they can lose a customer.